The first part of the cookie dough wet ingredients goes into a Ninja blender cup. I'm using the small one. We've got some dates, some orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice, 1/4 cup, half a tablespoon of orange zest, 1/4 cup applesauce, and 1 teaspoon vanilla. I'm going to put on the X-Actor blades. Turn on my IQ blender system by Ninja. Lock it in place and puree the cookie dough wet ingredients. In 35 seconds, we have the wet ingredients for the cookie dough. In a bowl, I'm adding 1 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour, teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then I'm going to add freely my cinnamon as I do, but the recipe says half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and incorporate the dry ingredients. Now I'm going to add the wet ingredients out of the blender, and I have my trusty little spatula because I want to get the most of my ingredients. I'm going to use a fork to start with because it's going to be a little bit on the gooey side. I have all the dry ingredients incorporated in my ball. And now I'm going to put the ball into a plastic wrap, in this case, a plastic bag. And I'm going to put it in the fridge. Onto the filling ingredients, 2 cups of dried figs. One of the packages of figs I had basically had the stem taken off. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a stem there, and I just took a pair of scissors and cut it off. You can see the other ones there. And then I will chop these up a little bit and put them in the cup. Once you have the pit filling mixture in the saucepan and making a paste, it says to give it a blend. 2 cups of figs, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 3/4 cups of filtered water. And onto this, I bring the mixture to a boil, and then I turn it down to a simmer. Start giving it a stir. I've let the saucepan cool as my blender is in use right now, so I'm going to use the small cup from the AutoIQ Ninja blender system. It doesn't feel hot in here. I've let it cool enough, so turn it on. Place the cup in. I'm going to line the countertop with parchment paper for rolling out the dough. I had to cut the dough into 2 balls, as I think putting it in the fridge just stiffened it up. So now I'm warming it up so I can roll it out easier. I'm going to add about a half a tablespoon of applesauce to this dough and see if I can get it to loosen up a little bit. A little smoother. It was actually dry feeling. So that applesauce seemed to make the difference. At least going forward, I'm going to know the consistency that I'm looking for with the ingredients that I'm using. Well, it's definitely rolling out more easily. The idea is to maybe try and get a bit of a rectangular shape. So let's see how we're doing here. That looks like about a 1/4 inch thick. Yes, that's nice and sticky now. I'm taking the puree, the fig puree, Oh, does that ever taste good? And then took the paper and rolled it over. Pushed down the edges. Oh, we got some seepage. 4, so we'll cut it in half. Can't push down, gotta do a sawing action. These look pretty big. That's okay. Kind of messed around with it. And then I'm going to use the same parchment paper and put it on the cookie sheet for baking. That is a big fig Newton. It would be like a meal in itself. Looks pretty good though. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited, I can't wait. Measure this. It's like 1.25 inches, almost 1.5 inches thick. Take the knife. 1, 2, again I'm doing about 1 inch, a little better than 1 inch deep. So I personally wouldn't put this cookie dough in the fridge. It just made a lot of work. Part of my thought process with making the figs this way, I should be able to easily use up all my cookie dough. I don't know what it'll be like for the puree at this point, but the cookie dough. So I found that if I put the ball on my hand, push it down, play with it till I get a nice hole to allow for the fig mixture to go in there. And if I pick a ball and it's a little on the dry side, I just add some paste. So definitely out of the box today, improvising and making it work. don't know if the original recipe person would appreciate the changes I've made, but that's okay. That was much easier. So the softer the dough is, the way easier to play with. I'm going to use teaspoons. Get a scoop, push it into the center of my cookie. If I have puree left over, I'm already in my head thinking I'm going to make fig date squares. These smell delicious. Time for the taste test. I would definitely make these again. Oh, that's so good. Well, it's been an interesting video. If you try the recipe, I'd love for you to share. I hope it was helpful. I really like the orange in this. See you next time.